Okay, so I want to talk business a little bit with you. Let's get down to it. There's a new movie out. I don't know what it is, but Adam Sandler he's recruiting this basketball kid, and he says on there, obsession beats talent every time. And so I was doing this with Spencer, my son, and a couple other people on the jet, talking about the value. Like, I've got several young people in here that I have directly worked with and recruited. So think about this. You want to go from worth whatever you're worth now. If you're making $50,000, you're basically worth $50,000. Okay, you're not worth 10x if that's your salary job. So what you want to do, and if you got a car, if you got some pencils and pens and some pocketbooks, you might be worth 60, 70,000 or 100,000 maybe. What you want to do is go from being worth 100,000 as fast as possible to worth $100 million. And if it was me, that's what I want. I can't tell you what you want. What do you want? Remember yesterday? What do you want? How do you get it? So if that's what you want, and then a lot of people are like, I don't want money, I want happiness. Me too. I want to be happy. I just don't want to be broke as hell and happy. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Now, when I was young, dumb, and full of ambition, as I was when I was young, you know what? I started thinking about all kinds of things right there, and that got me off track. When I was young and dumb, when I was y'all's age, I was happy and broke. And my parents, I remember my mom and daddy bought a used Cadillac, and mama was talking about, I wonder what the poor folks are driving. And I was like, this blue Cadillac is what they're driving. I mean, like, and people say, how did you know you was broke? I had a television. I could see what rich people were doing, and it wasn't what my mom and daddy was doing. And I loved them, the hardest working people, especially my daddy. He was unbelievable worker. But they did not have the Mercedes. They didn't have the Mercedes. I would watch that, what's that, Magnum PI? And how he's driving that guy's Ferrari. I wanted to be the guy that had that house, that had Higgins working there, had them dogs, and Magnum worked for him. I'd be like, that's right there. I wasn't impressed with Magnum borrowing somebody's Ferrari. Borrow somebody's car. What's up with that? I want to be that guy. Like, where was he? You know, he never shows up. He's just traveling around doing the world. That's what I want to do. If you want to do that, I want to tell you how to do it. Basically, what you do is you start accumulating wealth. Here's how you do it. Get your insurance license. Now you got another sticker. Your resume just went up. You're worth more money. Every single thing you're going to do is going to make you worth more money. I started trying to graph it, and it just got so psycho. But I'm going to try to. Can we turn this on? Let's see how it works today. Can we turn this one on? Now, I want it to work in the center one too. Yeah, it's dang close. There you go. That's looking. Woo! That's so exciting. Let's just start it off right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the goal is go from a little one of them. Yeah. To a big one of them. Does that make sense? All right, so what's going to happen is you're going to read books, hang around the right people, you're going to listen to audios, and your brain's going to get smarter, hopefully, not dumber, okay? So your value is going up. All right, so now going across on a timeline, the faster you can read a book, the faster you can listen to an audio, the quicker you're going to get here, okay? So the concept, I love those movies that talk about folding time and time warp. We did a We did a Back to the Future movie. What do we call that thing? It was
Key to Tomorrow.
The Key to Tomorrow. The Key to Tomorrow. And it was like a Back to the Future thing, and we did a full-length 60-minute movie. It was so much fun doing it. But the concept is to get to the future faster. My simple statement of you're 25 years old, you're making the same money that I am. You're making $1 million. It's just taking you 12 years to get there or 17 years to get there. And I'm saying if you want to get there quicker, what you do is you do things quicker. Now, there's a thing called that's a fancy word, meaning you can't do everything. So what you do eliminates something. Something gets neglected when you're doing something. So like if you listen to the audio, maybe you're not getting caught up on the Netflix thing, the new thing that they come, the new show, these newest, hottest episodes or television shows. You got to make our football games I now follow the Wolfpack. I don't follow anybody else. Wait a minute. It is, they have a game at noon. I don't care about any other team. Like it's bizarre, it don't seem bizarre to me, but it seems bizarre to everybody else that watch more than one team on the NFL and have opinions on who should be playing. What the hell? Like, I don't even have an opinion on these people. Like, what do you think about having a quarterback? I said, whatever Dave Dorn says, I don't care. I just hope we win. I hope the other team dies on the way. I hope their plane crashes and hate the other people. But whatever you waste your time doing eliminates how fast you're reading a book. So the whole thing is speed. Speed of your brain. Getting your brain to go up faster like this. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. All right. If Monday you buy $500 worth of leads, and the next week you buy $500 of leads, and then the next week you got $500 worth of leads, and the next week you get $500 worth of leads. Well, in 4 weeks you will have bought $2,000 worth of leads. So what's happening is you buy a lead for $2,000 and you make it worth $25,000. But if you buy 2,000 leads over 2 months and turn it into $20,000, that's slower. You see what I'm saying? Like, I guess I could just say, buy more leads faster. Does that make sense? So like the ones I'm coaching, I'm going like, did you hear Eric Belair? Did you hear Megan Wood? She's spending $1,500 a week. How much you spend a week, Eric? $1,500. Both of them are $1,500. They're at the top of the chart. You go to Brian Rojas, the same thing. You go the same thing with Stephanie Rodriguez. You just go down the line. Same thing with Sue Love. You just go down. They're all buying a lot of leads quicker. So what happens is, are we go back to my chart? So what's happening is you're driving the value up faster. It's a steeper curve by buying more leads. So, and I know people don't track how this works. Let's do $500 worth of leads. Okay, $500 in a week. Let's just say somebody should pull out your calculators, because I'm going to do you some math. How many leads is that? Let's see, it's 10 if it's $50. And let's say if you did 5 of them at $50, that's $250. And then if you get a bunch of old leads, so then you've got another, let's say you call it 14 leads plus 5 A leads. Is that fair? So 14, so like if you can't get one sale that week, if you can get one sale, you've got your money back. But you still so you go from 14 leads, you buy another 14 leads, now you've got 28 leads and you got one sale. If you made $600, you netted $100. Does that make sense? Like if you got paid $600 and you spent $500, you netted $100. But the next week, you got another $500 worth of lead. And people say, like, you mean to tell me you can't get but one sale? I'm trying to do worst case scenario. If you got 2 sales, Paul, then you made $1,600. You're $1,000 to the good. But you still got every single lead that you didn't sell the following week. And then the next week you get another 14. What's that? 30. That's 42 leads. You got 42 leads in 3 weeks. And when Eric Belair was talking about a laydown, I'm saying the worst salesperson in the world can sell it to somebody that demands they're going to buy the insurance. So you get these people who have untalented, low skill, not talented, not dynamic, don't know the products, not really having confidence in themselves, and they buy 3 leads or $17 worth, and then they're disappointed. Like from an actuarial standpoint, we knew you were going to die. You understand what it's like? Like, how do you're terrible, and you have no leads. Like, the dumber you are, you should get a bigger lead. Does that make sense? Hey, look, and you say that, but what do you say about Eric Belair and Megan Wood? I'm telling you, they would tell you that. Did you hear what they said? I buy a lot of leads, so I feel like I have to sell. Bro, you're the one that bought them. It sounds like me and my schedule, baby. When I go, who scheduled all this? She's like, you're the one that did it. And I was like, don't tell me that. Like I agreed to double points for CFG. It's get excited and do something. You see, okay, so now watch this. So do I have to keep developing that? If you're consistently 500 leads, you say, so is there anything more I can do? Is $750? $800 a week? Ooh, get the money. I don't know. You're 24. You can't come up with $2,000. You need to just quit thinking and just let me tell you what to do. Does that make sense? Like, it's like you don't have to, like, when I read every. I don't even talk about it. Credit cards. When I got in this business, I had $250,000 of credit, meaning credit cards that had nothing on them, but I built up my credit. By the way, I would charge them on your Southwest credit card and pay it off every week. So you don't pay them once a month, pay it every week. They don't, credit card company don't take money whenever you send it to them. So you pay it off, now you're getting points. So you're getting, your points are going up. You're like your lead, your stack of leads is going up. Oh, by the way, every client you get, if you only get that one client, you're going to sell to that client a minimum of 7 more times before they die. So when you put a client in your pocket, Megan's got 4,000 clients. You click on her CRM, 4,000 clients. I look at that, I go, anybody in their right mind would give you $100 for each one of those clients. So it's 4,000 times, she's got $400,000 value in current clients sitting in her CRM. So everything is reading a book quicker. What happens is you've got to eliminate doing stuff that doesn't contribute to the bottom line of your net worth. So buying leads, putting clients in the CRM. If you add, when you sell a client, you should. Oh, by the way, that one sale. Let's go back to this. Come back to this one sale that you got. You should get 10 referrals. And you can do it. You can use the ERS system. If you hadn't learned that, that's on the university. It's unbelievably magical to get referrals. And you can offer every referral no-cost life insurance. You can say we can do no-cost life insurance for $1,000 up to $5,000, zero cost, just for them setting up to be an emergency response for your client. So what you're doing, Bale, is you're just adding value to your net worth with leads, referrals, sales, your intelligence. your sticker, getting your license, everything just compounds your value as fast as possible. The graph I drew of this was just so jacked up trying to draw it out, but just showing you how the exponential growth, but unless you spread it out, okay, this one's, okay. Hope that gets you somewhere, the concept, going, like, how many of you found out about this business in the last 30 days and are here? Stand up. If you found out about this business in the last 30 days and you're here, stand up. The last 30 days. Last 30 days. All right, in the last 90 days. In the last 90 days, stand up if you're new in the last 90 days. That would include you that in the last 30 days, if that don't make sense for you. It's the last 90 days. So what happens, we're here. Now, y'all grab a seat. Now they're going to announce View from the Edge tickets. Please, God, click quick. What difference does it make if I click it an hour after you tell me, or if I click it right when you tell me? Like, bro, it's an hour of your life. Does that make sense? Like, if you know you're going to do it, and you know you need to do it quicker. It's like, I want to save something to do later. What does that mean? I want to save it to do. Oh, you're afraid you're going to lose your job because you've done everything you need to do? Like, I've done everything I need to do now, including buy my ticket. Therefore, no, do that. Immediately something else will pop up that you need to do. Just get it out of the way. 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 That's all you're just packing that money in there. Packing that money in there. And I imagine this. One time I was riding down the road with my mom and I was like, stop! She said, what is that? I said, $1 back there. I saw it. We was riding down the road. Stop. I went out of the car and I grabbed it. She said, boy, you spot $1. I said, I know. It's one of my talents. I got the curves right there at Lakeview. I was like 8 or 9, 10. My eyes were a lot better back then. I still see $1. And I imagine sometimes going by there and seeing gold bullion, like seeing a glimmer and say, is that gold? And then going down there and somebody went off that hill and spilt gold down there. Just bullion, with no tracers or identification on it, I go home, I call Adam, I call Amy, and I say, I found some gold. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I said, just like, go get everything you can. Let's get it all in the car as fast as possible, and let's go. Let's take it. Does that make sense? Now, like, some people are like, you act like this might go away tomorrow. I go, I know, right? I know, right? I was talking to our lead manufacturing person, Cindy, and she was talking about the government has changed the regulations again for Medicare Advantage leads. I was like, I hate those people. But I told people they're going to shut down. Like, we were getting leads. Remember, we was getting leads for $25. We can't do it no more because of government regulation. You should have got 10,000 at that price. Nothing is getting cheaper. Have y'all noticed that? Eggs are not cheaper than they were 2 years ago. Nothing's getting cheaper. Everything's going up in value. I'm accumulating stuff. I was talking to this old Greek guy in Burlington one time, and I was like, I need you to sell me that building right there. He says, I'm buying. I'm not selling. Does that make sense? You're buying, not selling. Oh, I thought we were selling insurance. You're buying clients by buying leads and putting your time into it, and then you own those clients. You're buying real estate. You understand what I'm saying, Jake? You're buying real estate. You're buying clients. You're buying leads. You're buying agents. Now, I ain't going to be able to do this near justice, but I want to tell you this. Look at this. Compare this. Write a check for $100,000 this shabby old house right here. Okay? Write a check for $100,000. Where am I going to get $100,000? I don't know. Put it on your credit card. All right, so put $100,000. You're going to charge somebody rent $500 a month. Okay? Or you talk to the Uber driver, or talk to 32 Uber drivers, and one of them's got sense enough to pass his test, And he's got the ability to review policies with his mama and daddy, and he starts selling. Let's just get him selling. This is not hard, but let's say he's selling 10 sales a month or $10,000. If you've got a 10% spread off a $10,000 a month producer, that's $1,000 a month. You've not paid anything to get this Uber driver licensed. But what if you hire somebody in Denver and you look them up on social media and they look sharp and you talk to them and they are sharp and they're making $100,000 and they're a hustler and you believe in them, but you're busy. So you say, all right, I'm going to fly out there, spend $500, have dinner with you or lunch with you, and then I'm going to fly back home because I'm committed to you. And then what if the person says to you, this is what one young lady said, she said, y'all act like the university that was trying to recruit me to get me to come play golf there. It's like you really want me. I was like, right, we think you're super talented. So we're going to invest. And then I was like, I tell you what, after I went out there, I said, how about I fly you here? So I fly them there. Then I said, all right, now you got to put some skin in the game. You pay for the licensing course. So I go, well, you already spent $1,000 on me. I go, easy, plus my time, which is worth more than $1,000. So get class and get through. They get in class. You give them $1,000 worth of leads. Give $1,000. Where am I getting all this money? Remember, you started buying $500 worth of leads, and you started printing money like a lunatic, and you end up like Jake and Bray with 50,000. That's why I was freaking out. I was like, 50,000. We could turn that into 2 million, and you have. You're worth 2 million. Your business is worth 2 million right now. Does that make sense? Like it's there. I can see it. The setup, the structure, the leads, the clients. So you've spent $2, $3, $4. Let's go with $4,000 that you spent on this person right here. You spent $4,000 on this agent. $4,000, but you're making 10% or $1,000 a month. What's worth more, the $100,000 home or the agent that's producing $10,000 a month income? I mean, $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year for you. Agent is worth double, and you only paid $4,000. Now, if the person's terrible, Andy, won't do anything you say, they're lazy, they can't pass the test, don't spend any money on them. Stop that. I talked to a guy, I had dinner with him, and first time I ever ate at that pork chop place, Paris, and I was talking to him, and he was like, I'm frustrated with my group. I go, if I had recruited that group, I'd be pissed at myself. And he says, what are you saying? I said, no, they're terrible. Have you looked at them? Like, can you not tell just looking at them? He said, yeah, kind of. I said, listen. You work with like fuses and bombs, right? In the military. He's like, yeah. I said, would you let any one of them near one of those fuses or bombs? He's like, oh, hell no. I go, just by looking at them? He said, just looking at them a minute, I wouldn't let them near it. I go, I know, right? And you think they can sell life insurance? He's like, but Dum-Dum can do it. I said, Dum-Dum is one thing. You're still like it's dumb, but these people ain't doing nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You got at least, I mean, that's why like a lot of people don't understand. I love class clowns. I love like smart asses. Like I'm messing this kid and he's like, you need to pick up your game. And I show him to somebody and they're like, man, he's an asshole. I go, no, like him. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, one of my partners, Barry, he used to say, you need a thimble full of asshole and a thimble full of boldness. I said, that's about all you need right there. But you got to do something. You got to take action. So for $100,000, I could get 10 agents. I know. Now you're making $10,000 a month in overrides. Do you know how many houses you would have to buy to get to $10,000 a month? You said, well, couldn't we borrow the money? You are dumb. If you borrow the money, you have a payment, dumb, plus interest. You might be clearing $100 a month. You see what I'm saying? If you borrow 80 grand on a $100,000 house, you got to pay 80,000 down plus interest. Versus if you spend $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000 to hire somebody. If you understand the value of residual income. So now what's happening is you're buying leads, you're going to conventions, you're getting smarter, you listen to audio, you got more tickets, you start selling your agents tickets to come to the next event because now you've got 10 agents producing. You've got a business. Then you hire a secretary so that you don't have to do the $20 an hour work. Somebody else can do the 20-hour work. You're accumulating wealth by getting another Uber driver. You know, like how many messages I'm trying to respond to? And I was just, matter of fact, Nick and Channel 5, Chanel. I was just talking to Pat. I said, we got to recruit these people. We got to get these two of our recruiters. I said, we got to get these recruiters working with us, recruiting these quality people. Because we're so busy. I've got to deploy them now to go out. I almost want to get them up here. We've got I personally have 5 20-something-year-olds that are crazy sharp and ambitious. I need somebody in their house in 2 weeks from now. You know, I can't be in 5 different houses, plus I'm bringing in 5 more. Does that make sense, Diane? I'm just jamming in the wealth by buying more leads, by everything we're doing. When I get you to buy more leads, we're jamming in our wealth. When your agents buy more leads, I get agents. I get this one out there. And Lord have mercy, he is the most passive aggressive. I told him, I said, my goal for this year, what was I told him? I said, my goal for this year, what was that? Where'd Jane go? I want people to quit calling you something like private. I can't remember what it was now. I'll think about it, I'll tell you. But he'll try to save his agents money by telling them not to buy leads. And I'm like, dude, all right, let's think about it. The next 2 speakers are way better than me. You'll get a whole lot more information. Not kidding. But let's start thinking now about Monday. Start thinking now about this coming weekend. And while you're excited, commit to something stupid.